We just got done making a dyno run on our 2013 Cadillac CTS-V. This particular vehicle made 430 horsepower, 443 foot-pounds of torque, and had an average air fuel of roughly 11.7 to 1. There's so many other channels that you can bring in on a Dynojet dynamometer if you choose to do so. The first step in reviewing run data is, of course, going out and finding the run that you'd like to look at. It's very simple in Data Center. All you need to do is select your Home tab, select Open. From here, you'll go out and find the run files you'd like to review. In our particular situation on this dyno computer, we have them all stored under Dyno RT Test. Select the folder, select the particular vehicle make, Ford. Our model, we'll select Mustang. The year you'd like to look at is a 2012, and we'll go ahead and look at My Car under Carl. We'll go ahead and look at a flex fuel file. From here, just select the run you'd like to view. I'm going to look at run file number 8. As you can see, we pulled out horsepower and torque. If I'd like to review multiple graphs, it's quite simple. Select the Data tab, hit triple graph, and now we can look at multiple data channels over 3 different graphs. I'm going to go ahead and select User Analog 2 on the second graph, and I'll leave User Analog 1, which was Boost, on the third graph. In WinPEP8 Data Center, you can select various channels of your X and Y axis over 3 different graphs. It's very simple, and I'll show you how to do it. Over our Y axis, you can see we have our power, User Analog, and User Analog 2. And on our X axis, we have engine RPM. If I want to add another channel to the right side of my Y axis, I'll select None, and then I have Atmospheric Probe, my CPU module, or my OBD2 module. The atmospheric probe is the atmospheric stick that's plugged in to your Dyno RT CPU module. This brings in all the conditions data for your run. Your CPU module houses all the data like power, torque, speed, force, acceleration, and so on. Or your OBD2 module, if this run was equipped with it and you had it plugged into your vehicle's OBD2 port, will bring in all the data that you had selected like spark advance, airflow, so on. Or you can just select None, which doesn't put any data up on the screen. In WinPEP8 Data Center, there are 2 different main tab selections, Home and Data. We'll go through them individually. Under your Home tab, there are 4 main sections: File, Share, Windows, and Help. Under your File section, this is where you'd go open a run file, export the data, import data, or close all the runs. Under your Share section, this is where you can print a run, share your run file through email, Twitter, or Facebook, and set up the settings for the email folders you'd like to use. Under the Windows section, this pretty much controls the way Data Center looks and how the layout's going to be. For example, if I want to add tree view, I just select the tree view icon, and now all my run files show up over here on the left-hand side. If I'd like to show a grid view, I just select the grid view tab, and then I can have basically a histogram pop up to where all the data is populated within these grid cells. Or if I'd like to show a 3D graph, I just select 3D graph, and that graph shows up. At any time, I can remove one of these different sections. And then our Help section, which is our online manual for the WinPEP8 Data Center and PowerCore software. Under the Data tab, there's 3 different sections: Graph Tools, Grid Tools, and Data. Under Graph Tools, this is where you can select a single graph, double graph, or a triple graph that can house up to 6 different channels. You can auto-scale your data, which is making each axis identical under Power and Torque. You can show your cursor, or take the cursor away. Select the zoom mode so we can zoom into a specific portion of the graph, or pan mode where we can move the entire graph around. Display our negative values, which is anything under 0, or display area under the curve. In WinPEP8 Data Center, we give you the opportunity to trim your dyno runs in the event there's data that you do not want in your graph. When you hit the Trim tab, an instructional tutorial will pop up showing you how to use this feature. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and OK through this since I already know how to use it. From here, you're going to select the area that you would like to trim. You get 2 arrows that pop up, an arrow to the left and an arrow to the right. Depending on the area that you'd like to trim, this is the area that you need to go ahead and select. Right mouse click in the area you want to trim and select Trim. In WinPEP8 Data Center, we give you the opportunity to print your run files for your customers. It's very simple to do, and I'll show you how to do it. First, select the run that you would like to print. Next, select what you'd like to have on your print preview: power, torque, and in this case, boost. A print preview of the graph will pop up where you can customize how you'd like the printout to look. From here, just select Print. If printing a graph is not something your customer would like, we also give you the opportunity to export the data, save the actual run graph as a PDF file, or send it to them via email, Facebook, or Twitter. To do this, under your Home tab, select Export Data. This exports all the raw data from the particular run. You can email it by hitting under the Share tab, hitting Email, Facebook, or Twitter, or go to Data tab and select Save Graph. When exporting a run file, select the Export tab. We give you the options to export it via time or by RPM. Under time, 50 milliseconds to 1000 milliseconds or a custom value. Under graph, you have the options to select 1/100th of an RPM or a custom value that you put into this cell. From here, select OK. To export a run file via CSV file, it's very simple. Select the Export tab. You can look at it under time or by RPM. From here, select OK. It'll now save the CSV file to whatever folder you specify. For any other questions or technical support, you can contact us at dynojet.com or by phone at 1-800-992-3525.